back to 6th grade language. Today is Tuesday, May 12th. Just so you know, you're watching the right video. You should have taken the quiz on page 241, think B, and by the end of the week, tear it out of your book, have your parents come to school, drop it off in your folder so I can grade it, and then I'll get it back with you. Right now we are on page 242. We're going to be doing Think A and the Go Back section, the diagram section. Okay, practicing with adverbs. Think A. Circle all the adverbs in the following sentences, then draw an arrow to the word that each one modifies. Remember, these are one-word adverbs in this sentence, not the phrases, but the one words. Okay, remember they answer where, when, how often, to what extent. They modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. So think about that when you're drawing your arrow. You cannot be drawing your arrow to a noun or a pronoun because these are only adverbs that we're talking about, okay? So let's look at number 1. He soon became very happy. All right? He soon became very happy. I would encourage you to always find your subjects and verbs, even though the directions do not call for it. I really think it will help you even find adverbs, okay? Because you find your verb, then you ask your questions. So go ahead and find the subject and verb first, underline it. If you said became is your verb and he is your subject, you are correct. So let's look at the word became. When did he become? Soon. That answers an adverb question. So circle the word soon, drawing your arrow to became because that's what it modifies. He became what? Happy. What is happy? Happy is a predicate adjective. How happy? Very happy. So we have very as an adverb, modifying the word happy, the adjective happy telling how. So, number 2, the timely suggestion was very kindly received. All right? Find your subject and verb first. If you said the verb is was, you are correct. Subject is suggestion, you are correct. Suggestion was received. Actually, that's also part of the verb, was received. I didn't see that at the very end. Don't forget to look for verb phrases, okay, like I just did. Was received. How was it received? Kindly received. So, there is an adverb modifying the verb received. But how kindly was it received? Well, it was very kindly received. So, very is also an adverb modifying the adverb kindly. See, we have an adverb modifying an adverb, and then an adverb modifying an adjective. Number 3, highly enjoyable entertainment was not readily available. We need to find subjects and verbs. Verb first, was available. And then the subject is entertainment, was. Actually, available is not the verb. It's actually a predicate adjective describing entertainment. What kind of entertainment? Available entertainment. So we have entertainment was, predicate adjective available. So let's see if we can find some adverbs. Look before entertainment. What do you think enjoyable is? Is that an adverb? No, it answers what kind of an entertainment? Well, that was enjoyable. So that answers an adjective question. But what about the other word, highly? How enjoyable was it? Highly. So it answers an adverb question. So circle highly, drawing your arrow to enjoyable. All right, let's keep going. Oh, I see one word in there that's always an adverb. Do you see it? What is it? It's not. So circle not. Not. Was not available, was not. So not modifies the verb was. So draw your arrow to was. And then what about readily and, yes, readily. How available was it? Readily available. So it also answers an adverb question. So circle readily, drawing your arrow to available. So do you see how we're doing this here? Find your subjects and verbs first. Number 4, a somewhat dangerous pass was reached quite unexpectedly. We need a subject and a verb first. So go ahead and underline your subject and verb. Was reached is the verb. Who or what was reached? Pass was reached. Was reached. Okay, what is the word dangerous? Is that an adverb or an adjective? adjective telling what kind of pass. It was a dangerous pass. But how dangerous, or to what extent was it dangerous? Somewhat. That answers an adverb question. Circle somewhat, drawing your arrow to dangerous. All right, let's look towards the end of the sentence. Was reached. How? Unexpectedly. So circle that. That has an ly on the end. That modifies the verb was reached. But how unexpectedly? Or to what extent unexpectedly? Quite. So that is an adverb modifying the adverb unexpectedly. So just circle quite and drawing your arrow to unexpectedly. And number 5, undoubtedly he was welcomed very cordially. We have a lot of these ly words in here. Let's find a subject and a verb first. Was welcomed is the verb. Who or what was welcomed? He. There's your subject. How was he welcomed? Undoubtedly. So circle undoubtedly, drawing your arrow to was welcomed. That's an adverb. And then how was he welcomed? Cordially. So circle that, drawing your arrow all the way back to was welcomed. And then how cordially? Very. Circle very, drawing your arrow to cordially. So do you see how we did that? All right, so now we have to diagram these. So get out a blank sheet of paper, and we're going to diagram 1 through 5, just so you remember how to diagram these adverbs, because you will see these again, okay? All right, we still have about 9 minutes or so, 8 minutes or so. Okay, number 1, we already have all the complements picked out and the adverbs. We didn't pick out the adjectives, not all of the adjectives, but let's see, all right? You do it on your own sheet of paper, and then come back and check and see if you did it right, okay? So I want to see if you do it. Don't just do it with me. Do it on your own sheet of paper first. So if you need to pause the video, pause it, do it, and then come back and check it, all right? So number 1, subject and verb. Subject always goes on the left side. Verb always goes on the right. So we have he became, and we said he became happy was our predicate adjective. Remember, it has a slanted line, just like a predicate nominative would, slanting back to the subject. When did he become? It modifies it modifies became, so we put the adverb underneath the word that it modifies. So the word that you drew an arrow to, that's the word it goes under. Very, how happy? Very happy. So that's, whatever the word you drew the arrow to is modified, then that's the word it goes under. All right, so that's what number 1 looks like. All right, you do number 2 on your own. Pause the video if you have to, and come back and check it with me, okay? Number 2, we have a subject and verb. We already have picked it out. Suggestion. Okay. Was received is our verb, so it always goes on the right-hand side. All right. Let's see. What kind of suggestion? We have 2 adjectives. I hope you caught that. The is always an adjective, it's an article. And then timely, those are adjectives. The timely suggestion was very kindly received. Okay, so kindly. How was it received? Kindly. There's an adverb modifying the verb. But notice we have an adverb modifying an adverb. Do you remember how to diagram that? It looks like an L. So how kindly? Very kindly. So there you go. That's number 2. All right, let me just see how much time we have left. All right, great. We're doing great. I'm going to erase these now. You go ahead and do number 3. And on your own sheet of paper, pause it if you have to, and then come back and check it, all right? Number 3, highly enjoyable entertainment. We need a subject and a verb. The first one is entertainment. Okay? Verb is was. Remember we said available was not the verb, but a predicate adjective, so it goes on a slanted, after the slanted line. What kind of entertainment was it? It was enjoyable. There's our adjective. But how enjoyable? An adverb modifying an adjective, remember, comes down here, highly. And notice that I have this capitalized because it is capitalized in my sentence. All right, was available. So let's keep looking. Not. Remember, we said was not. Always an adverb modifying the verb here. And then how available? Readily available. All right, so that's what that looks like. Hopefully you got that. All right, go ahead and do number 4 on your own and come come back and check it with me and see, make sure you're doing it correctly. A somewhat dangerous pass, all right? We have our subject, pass. Verb, we said was reached. I hope you can see this through the podium. All right? What comes before pass? We have the word because that's always an adjective. But a somewhat dangerous pass. How dangerous was it? Dangerous. I got confused here. What kind of pass? Dangerous. So there's your adjectives. There we go. Now, how dangerous? Adverb modifying an adjective, somewhat. I'm not sure if you can see that, but all the way down here, but somewhat is what that is. All right, and then we're going to keep going. Unexpectedly, here. And then how unexpectedly was it? Quite. So we come out with like a little upside down L, and that's what it's supposed to look like, okay? All right, hopefully you're doing well. Let's do the last one together. Number 5, by way of review. Let me check my time here. Okay, we got a couple minutes. Undoubtedly, he was welcomed very cordially. So do this on your own and check it with me, okay? Number 5, subject, he, verb, was welcomed. All right, there you go. How was he welcomed? Undoubtedly, capitalize the U. That's the beginning of the sentence. Undoubtedly, and then also he was welcomed cordially. So, put that here. But, how cordially? An adverb modifying an adverb. Very. Comes off like that. Alright, so that's what they should look like. So, how did you do with that? Alright, this was review because we've learned how to do this already. This is just making sure you get it stuck in your brain, right? Alright, hopefully you did really well. You will see adverbs diagramming again. It's going to follow you all the way through your school career, so hopefully you can get the hang of it, okay? Today, let's see. Nope, we have nothing else to do today. That's all. We're going to start Think B tomorrow. You know what? I forgot to mention this to you. Sometimes I forget I only have a short amount of time. But even if I don't mention it, remember your spelling. We're on list 32 this week, and you'll see it. You'll already have seen it probably on your LMS, okay? It's spelling list 32. We skipped the go back because it has a lot of words in there that maybe I had you skip, and since we're only doing 10 and 10, and you haven't learned some of them yet. So that's why we're skipping to the full list. Do first 10 spelling, first 10 vocab like normal, and then do our spelling 2 times per night, like we normally do. Test your understanding on Monday, test your spelling mastery or the second exercise on Thursday, test on Friday. That's how we do it every week, so keep up that. Most of you are doing a really great job. Go back and check and make sure you have all of your spellings and things, all of your assignments turned in. It will show in my grade book, and I've sent an email out to your parents. If I haven't graded it yet, or you haven't turned it in, it will show an M until I get that grade or you turn it in, and then it won't say an M or a 0. It will reflect your grade as soon as I get it in there. So go back through your computer and check and make sure you have done all of your assignments, okay? We want to make sure that we don't have any M's in there, all right? And if you have a question about any one of them, feel free to text me or have your mom or dad call me. We can talk about it. You know, I'm sure doing all of this way can be a little bit tricky, okay? So I think that is it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your school day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.